Welcome back to CCB. I'm Chris.
And I'm Rusty.
Today we're going to be taking apart the 350 for the Honda project. We're going to pull the upper intake off. We're going to take a look at the injectors, see if we need to upgrade them. We're going to pull the lower intake off. We're going to pull the cam out. We're going to pull the lifters out. And as you see, we haven't really started too much yet. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here is we've removed the upper half of the intake manifold. We've exposed the spider injector. This is a 98 model engine 350. This still has the original spider injector system in it, which has a tendency to fail. In 02 through 07, GM came out with a new spider injector system that we're going to be incorporating into this build to get rid of this old piece of trash. Main problem with these: carbon buildup, loss of power, and they're crap, I guess. See, that crap edited by. The difference between the CFI, which is this, the original, and the MPFI is all about the fuel injectors. The newer model incorporates a electronic fuel injector at the end of it. The longer tube allows the end of the injector to be protected from excessive heat, carbon buildup, anything else that might cause the engine to stall, might cause engine misfire, might cause lack of efficiency, fuel mileage, you name it. These spider injectors have it. New models do not. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to put a newer style in here. Of course, we're going to clean up the intake. Okay, so what we're going to do to remove the spider injector, if you look, some of these have broken clips. Unlike these here that have full clips, all you gotta do is pinch and pull all across. Rusty, if you don't mind doing that side, sir. If they're missing the tab, you can get a small screwdriver, or in this case a big one, and unplug them. To release it from its holding mount, you pry open one side, pry open the other, move your spider injectors off to the sides, and the whole assembly comes out. So the new one we're going to be putting back in does not require any modification to the wiring harness, doesn't require any further modification to the computer to actually work with our system. So it's the perfect replacement for this, and hopefully it'll handle what we're going to be able to throw at this block. Alright, so the next thing we're doing is moving the lower portion of the intake manifold. To do that, you can do what we did, which was a spur of the moment decision. We decided to go ahead and cut this bracket, get it out of the way. You have one bolt under there. We didn't really too much care about the bracket. We're going to end up cutting the bracket apart. We're only going to use the lower half for the power steering, so we didn't worry about it too much. Other than that, this thing should pop right off. Alright, so we got the lower portion of the intake manifold off. Of course, you got to take the distributor out first. Here at the front, we did a little bit off screen, but we're going to show you what we've done. We went ahead and pulled the lifters. We went ahead and pulled the cam. Don't forget, on here, of course, I have a cam plate that covers the cam. Also, behind the timing cover, okay, you have a reluctor ring. On the timing covers themselves, once you pull this off, you throw these away, you buy new ones. Reason for the reluctor ring on the front is for the crankshaft sensor. Okay, so the reluctor ring behind the timing cover comes off. It's not hard to take off. Of course, you got your cam sprocket. What we were looking for in this engine is hopefully for the cam bearings to be good, but after pulling it apart, looking at it, we're going to be replacing the cam anyways. So we're going to go ahead and replace the cam bearings. These look a little bit worn. I don't know if the camera can see. now is crack the head for the first time. I've already got it kind of loose, so it should come off actually pretty easily. Okay. All right. Let's take it to the bench. Okay, guys. So for our first inspection, nothing looks bad. Everything looks okay. We're gonna send our heads off and get them double checked and cleaned up, and hopefully they come back good. All right, guys, now that the head is off, we're gonna do a quick inspection of the block just to make sure it didn't have any heavy damage. I've got Rusty, he just stuck the harmonic balancer kind of back on just temporarily. We didn't actually put it on. We just got over the key, over the crank, so we could actually spin it. Rusty, if you don't mind, please. So if you look, everything looks to be running smooth. I don't see any damage on any of the cylinder walls. Hold it right there, Rusty. One thing you're gonna want to do, especially on this kind of engine, not knowing its past history, just take basically your fingernail and you run across the top of the cylinder. If your fingernail catches, it needs to be cleaned up. But on this one, if you look here, there's no ridge, no nothing. It is absolutely perfectly smooth. So far, this engine's been one of the cleanest we've taken apart. Alright guys, well thank you all for being with us. Our next video will be posted in about 2 more weeks. Unfortunately, we both have full-time jobs. I wish we could do this full-time, but we can't. So we're going to be getting the engine prepared for new piston rings. We're going to be getting it prepared for the stud kits. Of course, all that's going to be in time. Also on the car, we're actually going to we're going to finish tubbing it out. We're going to go ahead and try to build an adapter plate for the engine that will fit in here, and probably try to mock up a engine and transmission, get everything lined out, and possibly, if things fall right, build a drive shaft that we can also mock out. So keep everything coming. Thank you for watching. I don't know what else to say. Rusty approves.
In a vehicle with an oil monitor system, 3% oil life does not mean you only have 3% oil left.